Hello everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I've been doing a little bit more watching of the videos concerning this whole protest and the incident of that shooter. I had the name of the shooter and the name of the people that he shot. I don't, but then I don't have them right now written down because I was just too busy going through the videos. But it's on Twitter. The kid, the 17-year-old kid that shot the protesters. Now I'm hearing a bunch of different stories in order to doubt that he was the aggressor or that he was the bad guy. In other words, I'm still not convinced that he's the good guy. What I failed to mention in my last video was I was going on about him being a Trump supporter and this and that. But what well, he probably is, but that's not the main issue. The main issue, he's one of those type of militia type gun extremists. That's the point that I wanted to make, but I failed to make it. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you got the information, got the point that I was trying to make. But what I also said in my last video, which I'm still going to say again right now, something does not seem right to me. Something seems a little off. Something seems a little bit suspicious or a little bit there's something wrong here kind of thing. And most people fail to see that. And what I noticed, they're trying to get the names of these the victims of the protesters, the People's Revolution movement. I think it was the guy who got shot in the arm was part of the People's Revolution movement. And I think the People's Revolution movement is what these protesters are mainly are. And this guy, according to what I found out on Twitter, and a lot of people are just putting so much effort into criticizing the people's their criticism on what happened. They're saying that the guy who got shot in the arm was a felon, and he has a criminal record, and this and that. And the guy that got shot in the first one that got killed, those things saying, "Come on, shoot me," that kind of thing, like daring the shooter to do it. And then they're saying that he's a sex offender, a registered sex offender, and then they put his picture of his mugshot or whatever. And I wonder if that's purposely done in order to make the shooter look good, so he won't look like the villain. Now I don't know for sure whether these reports of these people is actually true. There's three different ways of looking at it. It could be true. It could be exaggerated. It could be some truth to it, but it could be exaggerated, or it could be completely bullshit. Which one of those three is it? I don't honestly know. I'm kind of leaning towards the second one. Even if it's true that the guy that got shot in the arm was a felon, and now they're saying that he had a gun in his hand, a pistol in his hand, and was about to shoot him, or he was chasing after him with a gun. I didn't see a gun. Maybe he had a pistol in his hand, maybe he didn't, I don't know. But seconds before he got shot, because he shot the one guy in the stomach, and then before the guy who got shot in the arm got shot, about a good 2 or 3 seconds, he just charged at him to either bum rush him and kick him, but not to necessarily point out a weapon and shoot him. He was going to do what the other ones are doing, because the only reason why they were chasing after him, not because he wanted to attack him, is because that 17-year-old kid shot somebody in the head. And he just walked away all casually like nothing, like, yeah, I did a good thing. Yeah, I killed that motherfucker. and he's like acting all high and mighty. Like, yeah, I'm serious. When if I need to defend myself, I'm gonna defend myself. I'm gonna protect myself and doing this and that, and the typical militia gun nuts kind of thing. That type of extremist, and that's a lot of these people are actually condoning that shit, and they don't stop to think that's a little bit psycho. I mean, it's just a little bit psycho. Yeah, okay, you have the right to bear arms. You do have the right to defend yourself, to defend your property if looters or people are attacking. But they're making it seem like they're looting and just misbehaving because there are a bunch of thugs and punks that are just doing that. Maybe there's some of them that are actually joining in just for that reason. But to say that all of them are like that is not right, and that's just straight up bullshit. The thing that needs to be addressed is when you have a gun, and even if you use it to defend yourself or to protect your loved ones or whatever the case may be, you still have to be responsible. Shooting a limb off of some guy's arm and being proud of it, saying that, hey, he was about to hurt me. I had to defend myself. I was in my right to even use deadly force if I have to. That is just psycho thinking. You might disagree. That's fine. That's fine. I actually respect your opinion on it. I respect it big time. But just stop and think. Isn't there something a little bit off about this? And to make it even more suspicious, there was a message that I got from someone in the comment section about white vans being there, as if there's a rumor going around saying that they instigated the whole thing, that it could be government agents. And I mean, I don't know if that's true, but let's just say that it is true, that there's government agents there. They actually started the whole thing. They provoked it. They provoked this chaos for the number one reason is to cause more and more violence, more and more chaos, in order to benefit from something out of it, something that they're trying to accomplish. Aside from the fact that they're trying to either quarantine or maybe not quarantine, but like some kind of martial law, because they're sending troops there now. Who knows if that was provoked purposely, just as a pretext. It's a simple pretext in order to actually have an excuse to have troops there, because now they have an excuse because there's chaos and so some people got shot, and everybody's so focused on this guy being the hero. And they don't stop and think. Okay, I know that the National Guard here. I know that there's soldiers here or whatever to control the situation. But don't you think there's something more to it than that? Something sinister. I could be wrong. I'm open to the possibility that I could be wrong. But you have to question these things. You have to. Something seems very suspicious about this whole thing. I mean, it doesn't give anybody the right, for one thing, to take someone's life and have the attitude of, I need to defend myself. He had it coming. And then there's people saying jokes about the guy who got shot in the arm, that he has one arm, whatever, something like one arm jokes. Come on, there's no need for that shit. Even if the guy was somewhat of a punk, you do not joke. You don't actually make jokes like that or poke fun. I mean, that's just arrogant bullshit. And then someone says, yeah, this kid actually cleaned up the city, or this guy actually got rid of thugs that this many people died. There's 600 more to go, or 1,000 more to go, or whatever the case may be. And like it's a very good thing to even say. I mean, are you fucking stupid? How can you condone violence? And they say I don't condone violence, but these guys had it coming, and they were not anybody important, so the world is better off without them. Who the fuck are you to say that? And secondly, even if they were punks and then shooting and pissing off people, don't you think that that was actually provoked by somebody behind all this, behind the silk curtain, pulling all the strings, instigating? You never know. I'm just more about the what ifs. I'm the one who looks for the suspicious side of things. Again, there's something you really need to bear in mind. In my opinion, you really need to bear in mind. And to make jokes, to make arrogant comments about these people got what they deserved, making fun of the guy who got shot in the arm, most likely is going to be amputated. And I wouldn't doubt it if they talk more crap about him and they start putting this kid who shot him on a pedestal, because that's what they're doing. And I've been responding by saying, you know, he's not a hero. He's an extremist. He's like he's a gun radical. That's I need to defend myself. And then it's acting all high and mighty and this and that. With that, don't mess with me, or I will use deadly force on you. There's a way to say that without being arrogant. There is a way to do that. He could even shoot at the ground, close to their feet, just pow, 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 pow. You just like or whatever, just shoot at the ground, pow, 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 pow. And then that would just scare the fuck out of the crowd, and believe me, they would run. He could shoot a few shots in the air to intimidate people, and they would have, believe me, they would have ran. They would have taken off. But you could tell from his face. You could tell from his face expression, his body language, the way he was talking, his tone. You could just tell that he was just itching to use his fucking gun to shoot somebody. It's like, come on, give me an excuse. Give me an excuse to shoot a motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him because he's doing this to me. I'm gonna shoot this guy because this guy is trying to kill me. So I'm in the right to take this guy's life or to maim him for life. That's a fucking psycho. That's not a hero, that's a psycho. Again, that's just my opinion. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And to all of you, take care. And even though I'm not a religious person, I'm not going to say I pray for these people that got hurt, because I don't believe in God. And obviously these gun extremists do believe in God. It actually shows how much brains they have. I mean, there's no God and no Satan, so people want to kick science to the side and all this kind of stuff like that. But I'm not going to get into that. But the point is, my heart goes out to the people who got hurt. I mean, that's just how it is for me. So again, to all of you, take care.